Two NEHAWU marchers were arrested during the Cape Town leg of the nationwide protests. The union is holding a day of action for improved working conditions, adequate PPE and better pay for frontline workers. Now, for the latest on the story, we cross live to our reporter Nasipi Same, who is covering the Cape Town leg of this National Day of Action. Very good afternoon to you, Nasipi. You are outside a now very quiet Parliament. What has transpired during the course of today?
Well, we have decided to come back to where the action started, when NEHAWU members this morning had decided to picket outside of Parliament, where we know they were going to hand over their memorandum demanding government act on their demands, which were tabled in that memorandum, and basically giving government 7 days to respond to them. Failing to do so, they are saying that by the 10th of September, they will be asking about 2,000 members around the country to down tools up until a point where government answers their demands. And one of the demands is for government to make sure that frontline workers, including healthcare workers, are provided adequate PPEs, and to also for government to fill the vacancies in the various hospitals and also healthcare facilities to ensure that healthcare workers are not overworked, and also address the issue of a salary increment. However, the members that were here this morning at around 10:30 were met by police, who then asked them to disperse, later on using a stun grenade, including water cannons, to move them away from Parliament into the Cape Town CBD, where many of them ended up being scattered all around Cape Town. However, ultimately going back to the regional offices, where we do know, or rather where we saw the Deputy Speaker of Parliament making his way to the regional offices of NEHAWU to hand over that memorandum. And it did acknowledge receipt, and also said that the reason why NEHAWU members were not granted permission, or rather go-ahead, to have the picket and also have the march in Cape Town was because government is still fighting the scourge, or rather the increase of cases of COVID-19, and everybody had a responsibility to play in reducing the number of people that are contracting the virus and ultimately spreading it, and said that COVID-19 is still much a reality, and that could be the reason why they weren't granted that permission. However, we heard from the NEHAWU president saying that they will be meeting with a legal team as to how they're going to be taking the matter forward with government, including the government of the ANC, in denying them the right to picket and also hand over the memorandum to Parliament.